Good morning. This is another installment on how to draw a tessellation. I found a little easier way to do it just this morning. We're going to work with a hexagon. So all you do is go over your polygon tool, make it six-sided, hold down your control button to draw it, and you've got an equal one. What's different about this video is in past videos I've made your 0, 0 right there. Well, it's kind of hard on this shape. If it's a square, you can put your 0, 0 at the top, but when you got your 0, 0 here, it's a little confusing. So I made it a little easier. So I made mine 3 inches equal, 3 inches exactly across from here to here. And I'm going to show you how. And in past, I've drawn shapes, and this time I'm going to use a shape off the internet. So I imported a Clipart. I'm going to go up to bitmaps. I'm going to go to outline trace, Clipart, and it's going to trace it. Hit OK. Now you're going to have two copies on top of one another. This is your bitmap traced one, because you can ungroup it. This one is your Clipart, and you can ungroup it. We don't need him anymore, so we're going to take him out. Now go over here and left click your fill button, go down to red and right click, and I've got mine set on hairline. So now I've got a hairline of that horse. We're going to ungroup him. Now see, we have a part right here that's probably going to just be in our way a little bit. And here we're going to break curve apart because he's actually part of the horse. So now we've got our shape of our horse, and we're going to angle him in a little bit, and he's a little bit big, so we're going to reduce him down, and we're going to put him into our hexagon. We could actually bring him a little bit more in, and what I'm looking for is I don't want any really little, because I'm going to cut this out of wood. I don't want a little piece there, a little piece there. That's pretty good. I'm not really past the center. So I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key, and I'm going to delete the horse. Delete this line. Now I'm going to need a duplicate of that, and I'm going to need one later, so I'm going to put it over here. But I need another duplicate about it. So now I've got a duplicate. Now what's different about this video, you could sit there and move him over. You could sit there and go, well, he's a -3, and I want him over 3, so 0.7. And it's kind of confusing, your negative numbers versus your positive numbers. So I've got my nudge tool set on 1/4 of an inch. It's 3 inches, so I'm going to move my horse's head over 12 times. And it's exactly on the spot. Go to your delete tool. Now let's arrange that in a group so we won't mess it up. Now let's rotate this guy 120 degrees. Take our new horse's head. Let me zoom in a little bit. Control key will get your zoom. Bring in this horse's head. And what I'm looking for is, I don't want that little bit of wood left, when I'm done. And if you ever have a question, well, I wonder how far that is, go over your parallel dimension tool and just measure it. You've got 1/4 of an inch of wood there, 0.27. That's really enough. We could back him up a little bit, give us a little bit more room. And the horse's head don't have to be equal off the the edge. We're going to make another duplicate because I might want those lines later. Now we're going to go over here, delete these lines, grab our horse's head, make a duplicate, move it over 12 times. I'm just using the arrow keys. Cut this, You've got two sides done. Group them together. Rotate them 60 degrees. Well, 120 degrees. Bring in this horse's head. Same thing here. I don't want too close to that wood, and they don't have to be equal in all aspects. You could actually, turn him the other direction. Well, not that direction, but you get the idea. You could have him looking the other way. I kind of like that. He's kind of like you kind of got like a triangle in the middle. Go over here and cut your lines. Make a duplicate of it. Move them over 12 times. Cut out that. And then just kind of check while you've got them here whether you don't have any gaps. I don't have any gaps. I'm going to make them yellow. And then I'm going to group it together so we won't mess him up. Now, you can do anything you want. And I'm going to make a duplicate of it. I'm going to drag it off. And I want that node right there. And you can see midpoint node. And I want that node to go right there to that node. Turn it red or any color. I'm just, so you can kind of see it. Make a duplicate of that. Drag him away. And for some reason, my Corel isn't letting me see what I'm dragging away this morning. But you get the idea. Normally it will follow that. I need to call my mentor, Roy Brewer, with Engraving Concepts to help me figure out what I'm doing wrong there. But anyway, group it. And instead of grabbing a node right there in the horse's face, because there might be more nodes, there's only one node on that corner. So I'm going to grab that node and put it right there. Turn that one blue. And you've got a pretty neat little tessellation going. And it's kind of rotating, and it would go out of the center. I made a few more this morning, just practicing. There's that same one, but it's a little bit different because I just drew it. Here's one of more of a horse's head sticking out, kind of a torso looking horse on some of them. Here's one with horse's feet and the horse's head, which I don't really like. And then the first one I did this morning was silhouettes of a human face. So there you have a man's face, and there you have a woman's face. Probably see them better right there. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped.